Welcome back to the Hatchet House here in Washington, Indiana. We have semi-final round of the 3A sectional here at the Hatchet House. The Washington Hatchets versus the Southridge Raiders. And I'm here alongside with Connor Nolan.
Yes, sir.
And Connor, what do you think how the Hatchets are going to play tonight? Do you think they'll come up with the W?
Oh, shoot. I mean, I have full confidence in the Hatchets tonight, but they are playing against a formidable opponent, the Southridge Raiders. They definitely need to look out for – oh, scoot over here, Liam. Get more in the camera.
Yeah.
Definitely need to look out for O'Brien on the Southridge Raiders team.
Yeah.
He scored, I believe, like 28 points yesterday in their game. Oh, my goodness. He's a crazy player. And so, yeah, watch out for him. Obviously, don't put all the pressure on him. Look at the whole team as a whole. Make sure to guard them all.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a pretty good matchup tonight for the Hatchets. They beat the Southridge Raiders in regular season play, and they're coming off a great win from last night against the Heritage Hills Patriots. They had a solid game last night, and hopefully they can take that energy and bring it over to this game and hopefully pull off a victory to go to the sectional finals against the Vincent's Lincoln Alice's Monday night.
Monday night, there you go. And as always, we'll be keeping the coverage for you here on WHSH Sports. Like the music's playing in the background, let's get it started.
Yes.
I'm ready to go. I mean, we got 7 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock, but you know, plenty of hype going around, and the gym is as full as ever. Not as full as yesterday. Yeah,
it's pretty packed tonight here at the Hatchet House. The previous game, the Jasper Wildcats, they had a pretty big fan base going for them. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull off the victory for the crowd, and the Vincent's Lincoln Alice's also had a pretty decent crowd, and the Alice's ended up winning by, I think, a 20-point margin maybe. I'm not quite sure, but it was around there, 18, 19 points at the end, and they pulled off the victory, and they played really well tonight, I thought. I couldn't really focus much on the game because I was videotaping, but from what I watched of it, they played really well tonight. And they'll be moving on to the sectional finals to face the winner of this game here tonight.
Yeah, whoever has to play Vincent's Lincoln is in for a challenge because they played very well. I gotta say the cheer blocks tonight for Washington Hatchets and the Southridge Raiders, they got to bring it, because it was really hard competing with the Jasper and the Lincoln cheer blocks. They were full of intensity and loud cheers.
Yes, they were packed full of energy tonight, those two cheer blocks. Mainly the Vincent's one. Jasper had a lot of people, but they were quieted down tonight by the play of the Alice's. They kept them quiet most of the night, and the Lincoln cheer block was pretty loud the whole entire night. And that got their team going, I think. And if the Hatchet cheer block wants to beat them tonight, they're going to have to get pretty rowdy.
Mm-hmm. And they got the patriotic theme going on, just like the Patriots did yesterday.
Yes.
Where are the Southridge Raiders at? Where's their cheer block?
I don't think they've arrived yet, but I'm sure they will eventually make an appearance. We got about 5 minutes to tip off. I'm pretty sure until tip off. That might be until the team's going back into their locker rooms.
We got some red sprinkled about the crowd for the Southridge Raiders.
Yep.
Black and red.
See a lot of black and gold out there tonight too, though. So the Hatchets getting their fan support like normal.
Representing. Of course, it's pretty easy to come here whenever it's your hometown.
Yeah.
But still, make sure to get their seats ahead of time.
Yeah. And looks like the clock's winding down. About time for tip-off as the Hatchets are warming up here tonight. Like I said last night, they came off a solid win, so hopefully they can carry that momentum over.
Definitely. Hatchets, you got my full support. I hope you get a win tonight. But like I said, the Southridge Raiders and Cam O'Brien, he's going to tear it up out there tonight.
Yeah, he is a solid player for the Hatchets. And hopefully we can get the best play out of all our starting five as well on the Hatchets. Brown and Garland, hopefully they bring the intensity like always, and hopefully Jake Bedwell brings that defensive intensity like he does every game.
Definitely. And I made a little YouTube comment on the last game that we announced. but it was Connor Brown who was the top scorer for that game. He scored 12 points as opposed to Colton's 10.
Yes.
So, yes.
I did forget about that. He did end up with 12 points last night, leading the Hatchets instead of Colton Garland.
I knew that he was
yeah.
He was full of energy. He just kept going in and stealing the ball and then coming up for an easy layup with no one around him.
Yeah. And it looks like the Southridge Raiders have went into their locker room for the pregame pep talk from Coach Ted O'Brien of the Southridge Raiders.
Yes, getting in the zone. And by the way, Ted O'Brien and Cam O'Brien, I think there's no relation between them.
Yes.
I was talking to Drew about that, and he was saying, like, no, it's not his dad pressuring him.
Yeah.
It's just a good, solid coach.
Yeah, I don't think there's any relation there. And the Hatchets are still out here warming up as the Raiders have already went back to the locker room. And we just got a little less than 3 minutes left to go before tip-off here at the Hatchet House. So stay tuned on WHSH.
We're going to go to a 2-minute break?
Yeah, I think we might go to a 2-minute break. So we'll be right back here on WHSH.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Thanks for coming in for the interview.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All right, we got your personal references, your resume, high school diploma or equivalent.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Yes, it's right there.
Great.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
And we're back here at the Hatchet House, and I'm Liam O'Haver alongside with Connor Nolan, and we're about to kick things off, get things started here. And the Southridge Raiders, on their first round of sectional the other night, they played the Pike Central Chargers.
Yeah.
And they barely squeaked by against Pike Central. It was a 53-50 victory for them, and that was a battle all throughout the game.
One of the better high school basketball games I've seen in quite a while.
Yes. And yeah, they barely squeaked by them, but they edged them out by 3 points, and now they're here. It's, survive and move on in tournament time.
Right. Gotta say that last game, and I know you said you didn't pay as much attention to it, but quite a nasty game. Like, fouls all around.
Yes, it was.
And we had one really nasty technical foul, too.
Yes, we did. And yeah, there was 2 technicals that game, wasn't there? I think so.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so very
really slows down the game.
Yeah,
I don't like him.
Yeah, really physical game, the Jasper and Vincennes, and when you have 2 big teams like that going up against each other, you're bound to have a very physical game.
Oh, yeah.
And an entertaining game at the least.
Yes.
And we still got a little over 2 minutes left to go here before tip-off, or starting lineup to tip-off here at the Hatchet House. And the cheer block looks to get their first cheer in of the night as they're chanting Washington Hatchets.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We got that good camera shot on them right now. Look at that.
Yes. Great camera work from our camera operators, Jacob Busboom and I'm not quite sure who the other one is out there. That might be Mr. Breeden.
Yeah, it's Mr. Breeden himself.
All right. And the Raiders are still warming up. And I think
Hatchets haven't come out of the locker room quite yet. They had to extend the time on the
clock,
yeah.
And we're about to kick this one off. Yeah, the crowd is it's very packed in here tonight. I think there might be a little bit more in here than there was last night at the Hatchet House.
Right, the games are becoming more and more special as the competition goes on.
Yeah, getting deeper into the tournament here.
Yeah. And I hear that they have Amish cinnamon rolls.
Always a good snack before you watch some good basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Other than the traditional popcorn.
Yeah.
At a basketball game. And it looks like we're about to get things rolling here.
Here we come. The Hatchets coming out of the locker room.
Hatchets come out. The crowd starts to come alive here in the Hatchet House as they look to warm up. And I think this will be a good battle for the Hatchets. I think it was a close game in the regular season. Not quite sure what the final score was, but it was a good battle, and they're going to have to come out on their A game tonight if they want to pull off this victory, because this sectional and, this Southridge Raider team could have easily progressed just as much as we have since we played them in the regular season.
Yeah, and the fact that we don't exactly remember the defined score of that game probably means that it was a close one.
Yes, that is true.
Because obviously we would have known if someone swiped the other.
Yeah. All right, and now the teams are getting in their huddles, and I think it's about time for starting lineups. For your Washington Hatchets, you're going to have Connor Brown, number 4, Connor Brown, in the guard position. Then Colton Garland will be at the other guard spot, along with Matthew Stevens. And then your 2 big guys will be Jacob Bedwell and Jacob Overton.
And now, not the official starter list for the Raiders. We'll have it here in a little bit. We have number 3, Julian, number 34, O'Brien, number 23, Mattingly, number 22, Neo, and number 5, Fetter.
Yep, and now as the cheerleaders get out for the final cheer before the game starts. And I'm not quite sure. There we go. We're getting started here, and now starting lineups for the Raiders. The Hatchets are home tonight wearing their white uniforms and their own Hatchet House, as last night they were wearing their black uniforms, but tonight they are the home team.
Which it should be that way,
yes,
as they are in their home court.
Yeah. And now we're underway with our starting lineups.
Starting for Southridge.
And Southridge lineup first. Number 5, Fetter will be starting for them. Gage Fetter.
He's a freshman.
Yes, he is. Or no, is he a freshman or is he a junior?
They said freshman.
Oh, they did? Well, the roster I have here is wrong then. Also, number 23, Peyton Mattingly will be starting for them. And at forward, number 50, they'll have Henry Steckler.
He's a 6'4" senior.
Yeah, dang. He's got some nice size on him. And now your starting lineups for the Washington Hatchets.
Which, yes, it is confirmed junior for Fetter.
Fetter is a junior?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Gage Fetter for Southridge is a junior. And now you have our starting lineups, Colton Garland and Connor Brown, and Matthew Stevens in the backcourt. And in the front court, we're going to have Jake Bedwell and Jacob Overton. Now we're about ready for tip-off here at the Hatchet House. The fans getting on their feet, getting excited for this semifinal round of the sectional.
And remember, anytime Liam refers to Big O, he is talking about Jacob Overton.
Yeah, sorry about that last night.
No, it's all good. I think everyone should know about a nickname as glorious as that.
Big O. He is tall and lanky. His arms are so long. That's a good advantage for us.
Oh yeah, but look at Cam O'Brien, number 34.
Yep, number 34, Cam O'Brien.
An impeccable player from what I've seen.
And here we go. The tip is up, and it's off, and Southridge Raiders have the tip off. Number 22 will look to bring it up the floor, Corbin New. He passes it off into the post. He goes up for a shot. Number 34 hits the first points of the game. Number 34, Cam O'Brien with the first points of the game. Now Matthew Stevens brings it up the court to Colton Garland, to Bedwell, now to Connor Brown. Overton has it up top, and he's looking to pass it off. He finds Colton Garland. Colton Garland on the wing now. Now he moves up top. He finds Connor Brown. Now Connor to Overton. To Colton. He thought about it, but didn't. Oh, the ball's tipped away. Connor Brown recovers. Now Matthew Stevens with the ball. Finds Jacob Overton inside. Spin move, shots up. And it's no good. Rebound for the Raiders, as they will slow it down and bring it up the floor. Corbin New with the ball. He's being guarded by Matthew Stevens. He passes it off, and they will now look to penetrate. Nope, kicks it out. Now, New with the ball again. Now inside, Jake Bedwell almost deflected it, but no, they get the 2-point basket. And now Matthew Stevens will bring it across the timeline. Looks to set something up and gives the ball off to Connor Brown. Now to Garland. Now to Bedwell. Back to Colton. He drives in, kicks it out. Matthew Stevens takes a dribble in, pulls up, no good.
Hey, really quick, who scored that last one?
The ball is out of bounds, and it'll stay Hatchet basketball. Nice hustle from Jake Bedwell on the play.
23.
Excuse me. Now the Hatchets will inbound the basketball under their own goal. Colton Garland looks to inbound it. He's looking. He finds Jacob Overton. Gives it up to Matthew Stevens, to Garland. Rips it through. He's dribbling out top. Looking to pass. Being guarded. Jacob Overton gets the ball. Now Connor Brown. Back to Garland. Finds Stevens in the corner. He looks to shoot. He hesitates. Gives the ball back to Overton, who drives the lane. Nice take, but he misses it. And it stays Hatchet basketball. The Southridge Raiders fan section is not happy about that call, but hey, we'll take it. Hatchet basketball. And the coach's not too happy about that call either. Now, Colton Garland looks to take it out. He finds Jacob Overton right under the basket. 2 points, it's good, and he's fouled. He gets the and one. Now, Jacob Overton will go to the line for the first time of the night. Number 50 of Southridge, Henry Steckler, picks up his first personal of the game. Now Overton with his first free throw attempt of the night. It's up, and the shot's good by Big O. And now it's a little confusion here by the Southridge Raiders. Now the Hatchets come out in the full court pressure as they get it up court, number 23.
Mattingly.
And now he passes it off inside
to
Steckler. Steckler misses. Big O gets the rebound. Now Matthew Stevens has the basketball. He brings it up the floor. He looks to settle things down here. Gives it off to Colton Garland, who shoots a three. And it's money, nothing but net. Now he has his first points of the ball game. And now the Hatchets look to keep up the defensive pressure. And they're in that full court press.
O'Brien passes it to
Steckler.
Back to O'Brien. And then to,
number 22.
New. Yeah.
New, Foreman New. They look to settle things down here as he dribbles up top. The Hatchets look to be in the 2-3 zone now. Maybe switching some things up. Maybe get the Southridge Raiders rattled here early in the first quarter. There's a little over 5 minutes to play as number 5 takes the three. It's no good. Connor Brown comes up with the rebound. He crosses the timeline. Gives it off to Bedwell. Now to Stevens. Stevens dribbles up top, drives in, off to Connor Brown. Now Brown to Overton. Overton finds Garland. He pump fakes, shoots, and short on the jump shot. He'll be out of bounds, and it will be Raiders basketball. Low scoring game in the first couple minutes of this first quarter. It's only 6-4 in favor of the Hatchets, with 4 minutes and 42 seconds left to go. Now New has the basketball. Tries to break the press. Number 34 O'Brien has it. Now back to O'Brien.
To Mattingly to Fetter, and Fetter
puts up a wild shot and misses it, but number 50, Steckler gets the offensive board and puts it back. Now Matthew Stevens back the other way. Connor Brown now has the ball. Back to Bedwell. Garland now has it on the wing. Looks inside to Overton, nothing's there. Back to Bedwell to Brown. Back to Overton, he pops a three, and it's a little short, but Bedwell comes up with the offensive board. He dives out of bounds, tried to save it, but his foot was on the line. It is Southridge Raiders basketball. Now there's a substitution. Number 20 comes into the game, Justin King, 6'1" senior for the Raiders. Now, 34 has the ball. Cam O'Brien, now to New, back to O'Brien. He's trapped here by the Hatchets. He gets it off to New. The Hatchets are still in the 2-3 zone. They're trying to work the ball around. It's on the right wing now, into the post. Jake Bedwell's there. They kick it out. 3-point shot by 23 is off the mark. And Bedwell came up with the rebound, but he is fouled very hard, and it will be Hatchet basketball. That was on Peyton Mattingly. He is a junior, 6'2" junior for the Raiders, and he picked up his first foul of the night. Now, Stevens walks it up the court, crosses midcourt. He looks to set something up. Bedwell calls for the ball, gets it. He's looking to pass off. Gives it to Brown. Brown dribbles up top, back to Garland. The top of the key to Stevens. Back to Garland, who made a nice cut, but he is fouled on the ground, no shot. Number 5, Gage Feder picks up his first personal of the night, actually. Now Garland looks to inbound the basketball. He finds Overton, who's trapped in the corner immediately, gets it off to Stevens, back to Overton, back to Stevens, who controls it up top, gives it off to Brown, back to Bedwell, to Overton, drives inside, kicks it out to Bedwell, skip past to Connor Brown, he shoots a 3-point shot, and it rattles in and out. O'Brien comes up with the rebound and gives it back to his point guard, New. As New looks to size up Matt Stevens. Actually looks to set something up now. The Hatchets switch back to a man-to-man defense. They're switching up their defensive looks here.
Peyton Mattingly to Feder. Feder to New.
New.
Back to Feder.
Feder. New again. He looks inside. Nothing's there. He dribbles up to the top of the key. Passes it off to
Peyton Mattingly.
Peyton Mattingly.
Number 23. And then back to Shum up top, and then the New on the...
Yep, New has the ball now. Passes it off to Mattingly. 23, yes. Peyton Mattingly. Back to O'Brien at the top. Connor Brown's guarding Feder quite tightly now. Ball's up top to number 22.
New.
Back to O'Brien. 5 takes a shot. Feder with the 3-point shot. It's off the mark. Stevens pulls down the rebound. He's now moving up the court. He's bobbled a little bit. Passes off to Connor Brown. He thinks about it. Doesn't shoot it. Gives it to Bedwell. Now to Garland. Finds cutting Connor Brown. He's and one. He gets the basket. He will go to the free throw line. Nice play right there by the Hatchets. Nice back cut by Connor. Now he will be going to the line for his first free throw attempt of the night. And Feder picks up his second foul of the game. He'll take a seat on the bench, as he doesn't want to get into any early foul trouble any more than he already is. Connor Brown's shot is up, and it's no good off the back of the iron, but Overton almost gets the rebound. He calls a foul on Bedwell, but I personally think, Connor, that should have been a jump ball.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about that call.
Looked pretty jump ball to me.
Now that will be a turnover for the Hatchets. Southridge basketball. Now the Hatchets back in their full court pressure. As O'Brien will look to bring the ball up the court. Passes off to New. Back to O'Brien. New gets it across the timeline. Guarded by Colton Garland. Now they're back in their 2-3 zone, it looks like. They're varying their defensive looks. And it's coming up on just about a minute left in this first quarter as your Hatchets with the lead 8-6 at the Hatchet House. New up top with it. And I think they're going to look to hold it and get the last shot of this first quarter. As New just sits with it up top. Hatchet's not really trying to guard him at all. They're just going to let him wait it out. Now Colton Garland actually getting a little feisty.
Gets right in there.
Passes off to 23. Now he finds, he's getting trapped in the corner now. Almost stolen away by Connor Brown. Now he recovers. O'Brien has it. He faces up. He dribbles in. Shots up by O'Brien, no good. Overton pulls down the rebound. Now with a little over 20 seconds left, Matthew Stevens brings it down.
Whoa.
Oh,
We got Connor Brown down on the floor.
Oh, there's a loose ball now. Overton comes up with it. He passes off to Colton Garland. Now there's 10 seconds left, and they look to shoot the final shot of the quarter. Colton top now. Crosses over, drives in the lane. Fancy shot, no good. Overton gets the rebound, puts it back in, and that's how the first quarter is going to end here in the Hatchet House. At the end of one, it's the Hatchets 10, Southridge 6. Low scoring first quarter, Connor.
Right, slow at first, but very interesting.
I think we're going to take a 1 minute break here at the Hatchet House, and then we'll be back with you here on WHSH.
All right.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was
it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
What if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
And we're back here at the Hatchet House as the Hatchets have the ball to open up the second quarter, and Matthew Stevens will now bring it up the court. And that was a very interesting first quarter, a very low-scoring first quarter, Connor.
Definitely.
Now Matthew Stevens will dribble up top, passes off to Colton Garland. Now he finds Connor Brown. Back to Garland. Now Big O has the basketball. Jacob Overton drives in the lane, finds Jake Bedwell up top. Back to Colton Garland, who shoots a three, and it's no good. New comes up with the rebound. Now he will dribble down the court, look to slow things down. The Hatchets are back in their man-to-man defense as New is guarded by Matthew Stevens. Now he passes off to Peyton Mattingly. Now back, it's number 50 now. Actually, O'Brien has the ball in the post. Strong move, goes up, and there's a foul called. I think that was a strong move by O'Brien. I think he was fouled. And he'll go to the line for 2 free throw attempts. That was Connor Brown's first foul of the game. Now Cam O'Brien looks to hit his first free throw. Shots up, and it's good. Cam O'Brien, his first free throw of the night. Chubak getting into it now. Shots up, and he also hits it. So 2 for 2. Now Matthew Stevens looks to bring it up the floor. He finds Connor Brown off to Bedwell. Now to Matthew Stevens. Looks inside, nothing's there. Big O wants it though. Oh, back out to Matthew Stevens. Colton Garland now has it. Now to Connor Brown. Garland up top. Looks for something, dribbles around. Now he gets a screen from Bedwell. Kick out to Connor Brown for a three. It's off the mark. There's a loose ball now. It goes out of bounds, and it will be Raiders basketball. Now there's a sub coming into the game. Matthew Sparks gives Jake Bedwell a breather. Senior Matthew Sparks gets his first appearance of the night.
Played a fantastic game last night.
Yes, he did. He had 9 points in last night's victory. And hopefully he turns out with another great performance here tonight.
Definitely.
Now, the ball gets inside, and apparently, I don't think that was a good call at all, but it is what it is, and Sparks picks up his first foul of the game as he fouls O'Brien, but I don't think it was much of a foul.
Can't watch a high school basketball game without having to disagree with one of the ref's calls.
Yeah. And now blue will have it up top. Or new, excuse me. Now O'Brien. He's looking, he finds new. Off to Mattingly. Back to O'Brien, thinks about it, he doesn't shoot.
Steckler
now has the basketball at the top of the key. He drives in. Oh, Connor Brown comes away with the steal. He finds Colton Garland running down the floor, and Colton Garland with the 2-point layup. Easy 2 points. That's the kind of intensity we need here at the Hatchet House. And now the Hatchets now lead 12-8. And they're applying the defensive pressure now as New has the basketball. He picks up his dribble, finds some help from Steckler, gets it back to New.
We might have to start calling Connor Brown smooth criminal because he keeps going with the steals.
Yes, he is very active on the defensive end, coming away with the steals often. New now dribbles. He gets it to Mattingly, who finds Steckler, who shoots the 3, and it's rattles in and out, but Sparks comes away with the rebound, but he is fouled hard, and it will be Hatchet basketball. Tough play right there by Matt Sparks.
Looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
First personal.
Yep. O'Brien picks up his first foul of the night there. 5 fouls already for the Raiders.
Wow.
Yeah. A little over 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Now Brown has the ball on the wing to Sparks. Now to Stevens. Sparks giving him a screen. Stevens dribbles up top. Oh, he's guarded tightly by O'Brien. Almost stolen, but he pulls up with the floater. No good. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up and in. And he gets another basket. Now the Raiders will call a timeout. That's some good play right there from the Hatchets. Full timeout, so we're going to take you on a 30-second break here at the Hatchet House. We'll be right back.
Names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against the wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
The Hatchets have a 14-8 lead so far, and I think they've been doing pretty well, just carrying their momentum over from last night, like I said I hoped they would.
Yes.
And I think they're having a pretty good game so far, Connor.
Definitely. Hatchets are definitely showing their stripes, as you said, on that streak from yesterday.
Yes.
Keep on going.
And the cheer block looked to get pretty fired up right there. And this timeout's coming to an end. Now the Hatchets will come back onto the floor. And I say if they just keep this defensive pressure up and keep converting on transition offense and defense, I mean, it's going to be looking pretty good for the Hatchets here in the end.
Yes. And O'Brien, we got to watch him.
Yeah.
We know that he might come out of nowhere and start scoring the points again.
Now New with the basketball. He's guarded tightly by Matthew Stevens before he even crosses midcourt. He finally does cross midcourt. He finds, travel by Peyton Mattingly. He turns the ball over. He doesn't look happy about it. Now it'll be Hatchet basketball. We'll take that. Now, so Carson Smith is going to come into the game for Matthew Stevens, who makes his first appearance tonight. He also had a solid game off the bench last night. Helped us out a lot. He had 6 points in last night's victory. Now Colton Garland brings it up the court. He gives it off to Carson Smith, who finds Sparks. Now to Brown. Dribbles. He's looking to pass it off, finds Carson. Carson will now dribble. Drives into the lane. He is fouled hard, and the foul is on the floor, so the Hatchets will inbound the basketball. Now a sub for Southridge. Gage Fetter comes back into the game. He comes in for Justin King. Now Colton Garland to Overton, who thinks about shooting it. Gives it to Carson Smith up top. Colton Garland comes off the screen at the top of the key. Nails the three-point basket. And now it's 17-8 here in the Hatchet House. And
Garland with the 3.
Yes, I think that's his second one of the night.
Yes, sir.
Now New with the basketball. Now to O'Brien. Look, finally getting across half court. Now he's double teamed by Smith and Brown. Hard elbows there. Now there's a foul called on Carson. I'm not quite sure about that one, but I don't think he had good position there, so there's a foul on first foul for Carson Smith. Excuse me. Now the Raiders will inbound the basketball to New. Gets it off to Fetter, who will bring the ball up. Now, inside to Mattingly, back out to New. New will dribble. The Hatchets back into their 2-3 zone. They're switching up their defense a lot in this basketball game, throwing off the Raiders, seems to be. Now, Fetter with the basketball. Off
to Mattingly.
Mattingly. Now to New. Back to Fetter. Inside to O'Brien. Nice pass there. And number 50, Steckler misses. O'Brien gets the rebound and the basket. He'll go to the line for a 3-point play as he cleans up the mess. Cam O'Brien goes back to the line tonight. That was a nice play by the Raiders. They're creeping back into this game. Now only a 7-point lead for the Hatchets as the score is 17-10. Jacob Overton picks up his first foul of the night. And the shot's up, and it's good. Now, Colton Garland will bring the ball down the floor. He's guarded. He gets it off to Sparks, who's now to Carson Smith. Carson Smith looking to get out of trouble. Finds Colton Garland. He dribbles now. Back to Carson Smith. Back to Brown. Now to Smith, who's bad pass, but recovered by Overton, who finds Colton Garland, who now driving the lane, pulls it back out, and the Raiders have also changed up their defense. They're now in a 1-3-1 zone, which is the Hatchets are trying to figure out what to do now, and Coach Miller calls out some plays for the Hatchets. So, never know what kind of defense they're going to be in. It's sectional, so you never know what could happen. Carson Smith off to Connor Brown. And Brown back to Smith. And kick ball violation maybe, I'm not quite sure. Yes, I think it was. So the Hatchets will take it out of bounds. Now Connor Brown inbounds to Colton Garland. He'll bring it up the court. Back to Brown. Skip past is Carson Smith. He'll dribble inside, gets it to Overton. Nice pass by Overton. Sparks goes up with the 2-point layup, and it's good. They finally figured out a kink in that 1-3-1 defense. Now the Hatchets with the full court pressure. O'Brien now has the ball, bringing it up, back to New. New will get it off, back to O'Brien. Back to New. Now the Hatchets in their 2-3 zone. New will look to set things up as the Raiders are a little confused. Now he dribbles off right, picks up his dribble. Back to Mattingly, who drives in, kicks off to Fetter. Fetter drives in the baseline, dishes it out, back out to New with the 3-point basket, no good, but Mattingly with the offensive rebound. Now Fetter with the 3-point shot, no good. Another offensive rebound, but we finally get it. Colton Garland steals it, drives down the basket, kicks it off to Carson Smith with the jump shot. It is blocked by number 50. Steckler said not today.
Not today.
And that was a heck of a block, getting back into the play by Steckler.
And we got the "You got swatted" chant.
Yes, as expected.
Yep.
From the Raider cheer block. Now there's a sub. Fetter will take a quick breather as number 20 will come back in, Justin King. Now Carson Smith has the basketball. He takes a 3-point shot, and it's good.
Beautiful.
Nice shot by Carson Smith. He gets hyped. Now O'Brien will bring it up the floor. Now back to New, back to O'Brien. O'Brien needs to get it across the timeline. He does. He finds number 50, Steckler. Now Steckler gets it off to Mattingly, back to O'Brien. Now New will hold it up top. Now 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Score 22 Hatchets and 11 the Southridge Raiders.
double the score.
Yes. Now I think they're going to try to hold for a last-second shot here, as Steckler will hold it up by the Hatchet cheer block. Nobody's really looking to guard him, as their Hatchets are in our 2-3 zone still.
Anticipation is rising.
Yes, I'm expecting a slow clap soon, but nope. And New will hold it up top with 10 seconds to go. He better make a move soon. And he does. He gets it off to O'Brien. Now back to New. Lob pass, but it's tipped up in the air. O'Brien comes down with the ball, misses the last-second layup, and that's going to take us to our halftime break. The Hatchets go into halftime with a comfortable lead, 22-11 in favor of the Hatchets. Now we're going to go to a quick 1-minute break, then we'll come back with their halftime show here at the Hatchet House.
That's right.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. To be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Here at the Hatchet House, as the score at your halftime break is 22-11 in favor of the Washington Hatchets. And I think that we had a pretty solid first half, Connor. Great defensive pressure, and we also hit some big shots on the offensive end.
Particularly by Colton Garland, who is leading the points for the Hatchets. He has 2 threes and then 1 2-pointer. And Carson Smith also had a 3-pointer in there as well. That was really awesome.
There at the end, he chipped in a 3-point basket. And yeah, I think the Hatchets are playing very well right now. They got a comfortable lead, but definitely that lead can vanish quickly. So
yeah,
to come out, I think they need to come out in the second half and just keep up the pressure and don't let up, and don't think they have anything quite in the bag just yet, because the Raiders, they just limit their turnovers, I think, and not quite their turnovers, but they need to start getting their offensive groove going too, I think.
Yeah.
And that will definitely help them.
As expected, like I predicted, Cam O'Brien is the leading scorer for the Patriots. He has 3 free throws down and then 2 2-pointers, resulting in 7 points for O'Brien, competing with Colton Garland, who has 8 points.
Yes.
So this is a great game so far.
Yeah, I think O'Brien had a solid first half, and I think if they play through him in the post, they could probably creep back into this game and maybe sneak one away from the Hatchets here in the Hatchet House.
They were relying on getting a point from him at that very last second for the end of the first half.
Yeah, they looked to lob it up to him, what wasn't successful. I think it was batted away by Colton Garland.
Right, bouncing off the top of the goal.
Yeah.
And everything. Real quick, I'd just like to say that the cheer blocks for both teams, we got Raiders and Hatchets, they're ready to go.
Yeah, they were
hopping up and down over here, roller coaster over here.
Yeah.
And then I'm digging the shirts for the Raiders. I bleed red, white, and black.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool. Do we have a sectional shirt? Yes,
no.
we do.
Oh, we do?
It's the yellow shirt, right?
Oh, yes. Did you bring it?
Did you bring it? Yeah.
Yeah, bringing that back from 10 years ago when Zeller hit that last second shot to win state.
Okay.
Yeah, from then, I think.
But still, very appropriate for tonight.
Yes.
Because the Hatchets are bringing it so far.
Yes. And, yes, the cheer blocks have been very active so far, and it looks like we're going to get a little show from them here right now. Maybe some bowling from Nick Gray.
Oh, shoot. Nick Gray, the leader of the cheer block.
Yeah.
He would have been taking one of our places here, announcing for tonight, but, of course, he's the ringleader of the cheer block.
Yes.
Liam does a fantastic job getting the cheer block going, too.
Yes.
Oh,
there it is, some action.
it's a strike.
Oh, we got
Never
one
mind.
pin.
We got one.
Oh, and he
J.Q. finally falls.
Yep, got some definitely good spirit from our cheer block tonight. And hopefully they can keep it going because I think the Hatchets will love to hear them cheering them on, and it will give them some energy for the second half. And if the Hatchets just keep playing like they are, I think they won't have a problem. Just keep it going here in the second half.
Yeah. I'm sad that we don't have a band playing, actually.
Yeah.
I know that it's all about getting more seats for people.
Yeah.
But I feel like a band would pep up any team, not just our own.
I think if you have a good band, it makes the atmosphere just that much better, and it's part of a basketball game. It's a lot more fun, I think, if you have a good band here.
Right, because, I mean, even though the Raiders are not leading right now, they still need some good, esteem going.
Yeah, it's always fun when you have a band here. It keeps things lively at the Hatchet House.
The blood rushing, yeah. Which for the Raiders is red, white, and black.
Yeah. Now, let's look at some stats here. I think we got some points here for the Hatchets and the Raiders at halftime.
So far for Brown, Connor Brown, we have 2 points from him. Garland, like I said, 8 points, leading the pack. Matthew Stevens with 2 points. Jacob Overton with 4. Carson Smith with that 1 3-pointer. And then Jacob Overton, he actually has 5 points because he had 1 free throw.
Yes.
And Matthew Sparks with 2 points.
Yes. And that rounds out your scoring for the Washington Hatchets.
And for the Raiders, we got O'Brien leading with 7 points. Mattingly with 2 points. Peyton Mattingly. And then Steckler. What's his first name? Henry Steckler?
Yeah, Henry Steckler.
He's got 2 points.
Yeah. So some well-balanced scoring from both teams.
Well, particularly the Hatchets.
Yeah.
They're distributing the points equally.
Yeah. Now the Raiders take the court for warm-ups before the second half gets started here. I think the Hatchets are still in the locker room.
You want to take a 2-minute break before we get back?
Yeah, we're going to take a 2-minute break here on WHSH Radio, so stay tuned and listen to this second half for us coming on WHSH.
What if you could invest in the future of kids, like a stock? Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? $5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Down, about over, as the Hatchets are still warming up. And I think they had a great first half, Connor. Now just keep that pressure and that mentality and stay poised going into the second half, and I think we're gonna be making a trip to the sectional finals Monday night against Vincennes.
Exactly. So much pressure going on in this game.
Yeah. And I think it's been a pretty great sectional so far. I mean, I think it's one of the toughest 3A sectionals in the state.
Oh, yeah.
You got Vincennes, Jasper, two big powerhouse teams. Then you got Washington, of course, and then Southridge and Mitchell, which probably isn't the best team, but other than Mitchell, all those other teams are good quality basketball teams here in the sectional. Now,
who did Mitchell play that they didn't come this far?
Mitchell played Jasper.
Ooh.
In the first round, yeah.
Tough draw.
Yeah.
But
now,
Jasper just got beat by Lincoln.
Yeah. Yeah, Vincennes did take it to him. Now we're starting in the second half action as it will be Southridge Raiders basketball. Now, New will dribble it up, and the Hatchets are in a 2-3 zone. Start off the second half. He passes it off to New, and number 5.
Fetter
hits a 3. First 3-point field goal for him. And that's a good way to start the second half for the Raiders as Fetter knocks down a 3-point basket. A big momentum boost right there.
Definitely.
Now Connor Brown will have the basketball. He passes off to Jake Bedwell, finds Colton Garland. Garland will now hold it up top, drives into the lane, brings it back out. Now he'll dish it off to Matthew Stevens, who will drive into the lane, finds Connor Brown, who shoots a 3-point shot, and he can't match it. Now New will bring it up the floor. Looks to set something up here. Dribbles up top, and he will give it to O'Brien, who tries to hand it off to Fetter, but is tipped away by Connor Brown. Another steal for him. Oh, but Colton Garland gets it taken away from him. Now New comes up with it. Oh, but New apparently double dribbled. I didn't catch it, but the ref did. And bang plays right there. Couple turnovers by both teams. Now it'll end up being Hatchet basketball as Matthew Stevens will bring it up the court. He dribbles, he passes off to Connor Brown, who is immediately trapped, but he gets out of it. Now Bedwell passes to Garland, who will drive into the lane. Hesitation, now into the lane, passes out to Matthew Stevens, who shoots a 3-point basket, and it's good. Nothing but net by Matthew Stevens. Now, scores 25-14 in favor of the Hatchets. Now, O'Brien with the basketball, back to New, gets it across midcourt, back to O'Brien, back to New. And New gets it off to Mattingly, yes. Now Fetter, back to New, back to Mattingly. And Fetter with another 3-point basket, and it's good. Back-to-back 3-point baskets for Fetter.
Fetter had to have been inspired in that locker room.
Yes, he must have, because he's definitely turned it on here in the second half. Now Garland drives to the basket, pull up, he's blocked from behind, but they do call a foul, so he'll go to the line for 2 free throw attempts. Mattingly will pick up his second foul of the game. Now Colton Garland will shoot or take his free throw shot. First one's up and in. Now he'll look to convert on his second attempt. Shot's up, and it's also good by Colton Garland. Now O'Brien inbounds the ball to New. He gets it back. He dribbles up the floor. He's guarded by Big O. Now New gets it across the timeline to Mattingly. Back to O'Brien. Drives in. Dishes off to Fetter for another 3-point basket.
Ooh.
And he can't hit the third one.
Lost his streak.
Yep. Now Garland pulls down the rebound. Nice pass to Jake Bedwell.
There we go.
Nice pass into the post to Jake Bedwell. One-handed pass there. It's a pretty long and risky pass, but he saw it before anybody else, and he got the nice assist. Now, O'Brien with the basketball. He'll hand it off to New. New gets it to Mattingly. He gets a screen from now. He pulls up and misses the basket Bedwell gets the rebound. Now Colton Garland looks to push it up. Stops and jumps. No good on the jump shot. Now it'll be Raider basketball. O'Brien will take it out of bounds. They're getting some more full court pressure from the Hatchets. New picks up his dribble. Oh, it's a bad pass to Mattingly over his head. Stevens comes up with it, but he's back tipped, and now it's Mattingly going the other way. He gives it to O'Brien. Back to New up top, looking to set things up. Gives it off to Mattingly. Finds Feder. Now to Steckler. Now a three-point shot from Mattingly, no good. Bedwell pulls down the board, gets it off to Stevens, who dribbles it up the court. Now to Brown. He will get it off to Garland up top. He will hold the basketball. No, he gives it to Bedwell now. Now he finds Overton. Overton to Garland. Inside to Bedwell. Kicks it back out to Garland. Pulls up. Hand into space, no good. O'Brien pulls down the rebound. Now he brings it down the floor. Finds Mattingly. Back to New. Now inside.
Steckler.
Back to O'Brien. Steckler to O'Brien with a nice assist there from Steckler as O'Brien cuts down the middle of the lane for a two-point basket. Now Garland gets it to Overton in the post. Back out to Bedwell. Now in the corner to Matthew Stevens for a three-point shot, and that's good. Consecutive three-point basket from Matthew Stevens. Now the score is 32-19. Hatchets lead. 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Now Feder pulls up for a three. No good. Way off the mark. Now Overton gets the rebound and gives it off to Colton Garland. Garland the other way with it. Looks to set up a play. Gives it off to Overton. Overton up top. Gives it off to Bedwell. He's back to Garland. Now to Stevens. Thought about the next shot, but he pulls up for a jumper and it's not in. Now O'Brien with the ball. Gives it back to New. New will dribble up top. Now Stevens guarding him. Gets a double screen from Feder and O'Brien. Nothing off of it. Now to Mattingly. Inside to O'Brien, I think. Nope,
Steckler.
Steckler, not O'Brien gets the tough offensive rebound, though. Puts it up and in. Now Stevens down the court to Brown. Gets the ball to Bedwell now. Cross court to Garland. Now to Matthew Stevens. Drives in there. Kicks it back out to Garland. Garland will drive in, dish it out to Stevens, who will drive baseline. Nothing's there. He gets fouled, though. The ball will stay on the Hatchets end.
I think Leanne Kelly had a say in that.
Yeah,
right there.
She did. The Hatchets will now inbound the ball. Looks like that had wiped the ball off. Might have been a little sweaty, I'm not quite sure.
Or red, white, and black blood on the ball.
Yeah. Now, Brown up with it up top. Gives it off to Overton, who will pass it to Garland. Up top with it to Brown. Stevens now to Overton on the left wing. Overton drives inside, kicks it off to Bedwell. Bedwell over to the wing to Garland. Garland inside to Bedwell. Nice pass and nice finish by Jake Bedwell. It's another layup for him. And O'Brien inbounds the ball to New. Gets it back to O'Brien. Back to New. A little back and forth game now. He gets it to Feder. Now back to New as he will dribble up top. Now Mattingly with the basketball. Feder. Back to Mattingly. Feder with the ball again. Now to New. Drives in. Takes it back out. Back to Mattingly. Now Feder. Inside. Jump shot
by Steckler.
Steckler was no good.
They can't put it in. They're right under.
Mattingly just got a couple offensive rebounds. Couldn't finish, but he gets it again, and he is fouled. So he'll go to the line for two. Matthew Stevens picks up his first foul, actually. Now it looks like Sparks will enter the game after this first free throw.
Who's he coming in for?
I'm not sure. I'd guess Overton. And the shot's up, and it's good. Nope. And he's coming in for Jake Bedwell, actually. As Bedwell gets a nice deserved breather. And the second shot on our way from Mattingly. And it's also good. Now the score is 34-23 here at the Hatchet House, and Matthew Stevens will look to bring it up the court. Gives it off to Connor Brown. Now to Sparks, to Garland. Now back to Sparks. Back to Garland on the left side. Dribbles up top. Passes off to Connor Brown, who waits it out on the right side with clock winding down now with 46 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And I think they might hold for the last shot. Nope, some pressure being applied now. Colton Garland kicks it out to Connor Brown with the wide open three, no good. But Garland gets the offensive board. He gets fouled. Gets fouled inside by...
Brown just isn't able to hit his threes tonight.
Yeah, he's just not on it tonight. He hasn't found his rhythm yet. But hopefully in the fourth quarter he'll be able to turn it on. Now the Hatchets will inbound the basketball. Connor Brown comes off the screen. Nothing's there. Garland will find Overton. Risky pass, but he got it off. Now Stevens will hold it up top with less than 30 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
Comfortable lead by 11.
Yes. Always a comfortable lead going into the fourth. Slow clap by the cheer block there. Well, I'm not sure if it's a slow clap. Now Connor Brown gets it back to Sparks. Now Garland has it. He will hold it with 5 seconds left. He looks to make his move. Spin move, pulls up, floater in the lane, and he gets it!
Wow.
What a way to end the third quarter. Nice floater from Colton Garland. That makes the final score of the third quarter 36-23. We're going to give you a 1-minute break here at the Hatchet House. Stay tuned on WHSH.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money going to come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
We're back.
And we're back here at the Hatchet House as we're about to get the fourth quarter underway. The Hatchets have a comfortable lead, 36-23, going into this last quarter. And it's pretty exciting here in the Hatchet House. It's pretty lively here tonight. And now Stevens will dribble up top. Now off to Colton Garland, who dribbles, gives it off to Connor Brown. Connor Brown gives it to Matthew Stevens. Finds Overton in the post. He dribbles inside. This is off to Matthew Sparks. What a pass. Nice finish by Matthew Sparks. Way to keep his head up and find Sparks for the easy two-point layup. Now, O'Brien has the basketball. He dribbles up, gives it off to New, who finds Feder. Feder skip past to O'Brien. O'Brien drives inside. And the ball is stolen away. Loose ball on the floor. They're going to call a jump ball as Connor Brown and O'Brien got knotted up there. And it'll stay Raiders basketball. Now, setting up the inbounds play. Mattingly gets it in to New. New gives it off to Mattingly. Feder. Now back to New. Skip pass, it's tipped away by Matthew Stevens. Nice hustle by Stevens there. Read it. Excuse me. Now Feder will inbound the basketball. Gives it off to New. Now Feder has it. The Hatchets in their 2-3 zone. Now Feder to Steckler. Skip pass to New. Back to O'Brien. Inside the post to Mattingly. He goes up and under. And the ball's just stolen away by Overton. But he calls a foul. I think Overton just got all ball right there and just ripped it away from him. But they call a foul. Well, they called a shooting foul on that. Well, I can't believe that, but
They like to pick on the big guy.
yeah. Now Mattingly will get some free throw attempts. First one's up, and it's good.
Mattingly has been on it with his free throws tonight.
Yes, he has. Now his second attempt. Shots up, and it's no good.
Oh, did I jinx him?
Yeah, I think you might have. Ball was tipped around by Sparks and Mattingly, and it'll be Hatchet basketball. Looks like Mattingly will get a breather here, as number 20, Justin King, will come in for him. He's seen some time tonight on the floor. Stevens with the basketball. Gives it off to Sparks. He's immediately double-teamed back to Matthew Stevens, who finds Overton in the right corner. Gives it off to Sparks, who goes up with it, and he is fouled. Nice play there by Matthew Sparks. Now he'll go to the line for a couple. Justin King picks up a foul there. Second foul of the night. First shot for Sparks. It's up and good. Sparks has always been a pretty good free throw shooter in my opinion this season. Second shot's up, and it's also good. Now, Hatchets with full court pressure here. Trap immediately off the inbound, but Feder gets it back to O'Brien. Now back to Feder. Skip pass to Steckler, excuse me. Now Feder has the basketball. Now he gets it to New. New up top dribbling. Passes it off to Steckler, back to New. Some confusion from the Raiders. Now O'Brien has it up top, off to New. Back, three-point shot from Feder. It's no good, but he gets his offensive rebound, his own, and he will be fouled. I think it's going to be on the ground, so they'll take it out of bounds. Matthew Stevens with the second foul of the night. Now Feder inbounds the basketball. Now New has it, back to Feder, back to New. Now Steckler dribbles, back to New now. Feder up top with a three-point shot, and it's no good. A little off the back of the iron. Colton Garland had the rebound, but they're going to call a jump ball between New and Garland. And it's Hatchet basketball. Now Mattingly will check back into the game for Justin King.
Didn't get much playtime there.
No, he didn't, but I'm sure it was a well-needed breather from Mattingly. Now Stevens will dribble up the court, sizing up Mattingly. Picks up his dribble, gives it off to Connor Brown. He looks inside, not there for Overton. Gets it back to Garland, now to Sparks. Gets it back to Stevens. Overton down low with a nice spin move, up but no good. Off the back of the iron now. Mattingly got the rebound, pushes it up to New. Now to Feder, gets it off to O'Brien. O'Brien drives in, goes up with a nice move, but he can't get it to go. There's going to be a foul now. Apparently, Jacob Overton pushed Steckler to the ground for fighting for that rebound. And that will be his third foul, so he might be coming out of the game here. But it is the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left to go. The Hatchets have a nice lead, cushion lead, 40-24. Now Matthew Stevens is guarding New. Now back to Feder. Mattingly with the basketball, back to Feder. New has it now, takes a three-point shot, and it's good by New. And that's definitely a confidence booster for him. And maybe they'll get some momentum going here late in the fourth quarter. Maybe make a late run here in the fourth. What do you think, Connor?
I mean, yeah, anything is possible. They do have quite a bit ways to go, 13 points to get caught up with the Hatchets.
Yeah.
But then again, if they can just keep shacking threes like that, then who knows?
Yeah, and in a basketball game, 4 minutes and 43 seconds.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time for a team to come back from a lead or, you know, go on another run, and the Hatchets could possibly double this lead. Hopefully we can stay strong here and pull it out, though.
You're predicting a lot of free throws for this last quarter?
Yeah, I predict in the end there will be a lot of free throw attempts.
Yes.
Now Hatchet basketball, as Matthew Stevens will walk it up the floor. Man-to-man defense by the Raiders, as Mattingly looking very active out there on Matthew Stevens. He drives in, kicks it out to Matthew Sparks. Now Sparks finds Garland. Garland will drive inside. Nope. Pulls it back out, gives it to Brown. Now Brown dribbling up top. Picks up his dribble, finds Stevens to help him out. Back to Garland now up top. Garland will drive inside. Euro step, blocked from behind. Overton came up with it, but it's knocked out of his hands. Feder came up with the rebound. Now back to Feder, actually. Quick three-point trigger, and it's off the mark. Colton Garland comes up with the rebound. He's got transition offense, and he's going to pass it off to Brown. Oh, he's blocked from behind. Nice hustle play by O'Brien there. And it will stay Hatchet basketball. Nice transition defense there by O'Brien, coming back and making the play. Now Connor Brown with the basketball. He's guarded tightly by Feder. Now he picks up his dribble, needs some help, finds Matthew Stevens with the pull-up jump shot, and it's no good. O'Brien comes up with the rebound. Now it's the other way. Feder drives inside, picks up his dribble. It's stolen by Matthew Stevens. I think Connor Brown might have deflected it there. Nice active hands. Now Colton Garland brings it up across midcourt, dribbling down the right side. Pulls it out. Dribbles up top. Nice in and out move. He passes it off to Overton, who fakes, drives inside. Yes, he was definitely fouled. I was going to say, if that wasn't a foul, I don't know what it is.
Was that a charge?
No, it was not. I think he just bumped him on the way up to the basket. Now,
yeah, my bad. Charge is whenever you just like fall flat.
Yeah. And Overton will now get his free throw attempts. First shot's up, and it's good for Overton. Now, 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this basketball game. 41-27, Hatchets lead. Next shot is up, and it's no good by Overton. Feder with the rebound, gives it off to his point guard, New up the court. He passes off to Mattingly, who picks up his dribble, finds Feder, pull-up jump shot from the left corner, no good. Offensive rebound by Steckler, and he will get fouled on the putback, so he'll go to the line. A lot of free throws in this game, Connor.
Definitely, like I predicted.
Yes.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It's gonna be full of them just to milk the time.
Yes. And shots up, and it's good by Steckler. Looks like Justin King will enter the game once again, but he's going in for Steckler, so he'll wait until the next dead ball. And the shot's up, and it's good. So Justin King into the game quickly.
He is pumped. He is on Sparks, who's about to throw in the ball.
He was. He's excited. Now Sparks. Full court pressure from the Raiders here. Got the Hatchets in a little bit of struggle, but Colton Garland jets past Feder, and he'll kick it out to Connor Brown, now to Matthew Stevens. Jacob Overton has it up top, back to Stevens. Oh, the ball is stolen away from, or O'Brien steals it away from Stevens, who finds Feder. Back to O'Brien, finds Mattingly. Now to New. Feder with the three-point shot, and this one is good. And he's found his rhythm here in the fourth quarter.
There's the Feder we know.
Yes. And Overton gets it across midcourt, pulls it back out to Matthew Stevens. Colton Garland now controls the basketball. He's going to be double-teamed. Nope, gets it to Sparks. Nice find by Overton, who finds cutting Connor Brown, and he gets the and one. Nice cut by Connor Brown and a good finish.
Good job, Connor.
Now the Hatchets are going to huddle, give a little team talk in the middle of the court. Now Connor Brown will try to convert this three-point play the old-fashioned way.
King is back out.
Yes, Justin King comes out of the game. Connor's free throw attempt is good. Rattles around and in. Now, New will bring it up the court. Crosses midcourt. Gives it off to Feder. Feder back to New. To Mattingly. Dribbles. Hands it off to New. Back to Mattingly. He dribbles up top. He's going to find a cutting Feder. And there's a foul call.
Oh.
Not quite sure. It was an off-ball foul, but not sure who it was.
Personals on number 30, Washington.
It's on Matthew Sparks. Second foul of the night for Sparks. Now, Steckler's wide open. He'll shoot a jump shot off the inbound. No good. Feder gets the offensive rebound. Now, New drives in the lane. No good. Floater. O'Brien gets another offensive board, and he can't hit the layup, but it's knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay Raider basketball. Man, if the Hatchets keep giving them this many chances on the offensive end, you know, they may crawl back into this game with 1:30 left. But they got to convert on their layups. Now O'Brien with the basketball. Finds Feder for a three-point shot, and he hits it.
Wow.
Feder is starting to heat up late in the fourth here. And there's a timeout called. It's a full timeout. And we're going to have a 30-second break here on WHSH. We're back here at the Hatchet House. I'm Liam O'Haver, and Connor Nolan is with me. Now, Connor, the Raiders have cut it down to a single-digit lead. They're now down by 9 points, but it may be a little too late of a run as there's only 1:25 left in this fourth quarter.
Right. Honestly, if I was the coach, I might have just told them, pass it to Feder.
Yes, Feder he's hit multiple three-point baskets in this fourth quarter.
4 of them in this game.
In this game, 4.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think at least 2 in the fourth quarter.
Yes, at least 2.
And now it'll be Hatchet basketball as Matthew Sparks tries to inbound it. He finally finds someone wide open, Connor Brown actually, and he puts it up.
Oh.
Nice crafty shot by Connor Brown to get the layup to go. 46-35 left in.
Connor Brown making a comeback, yeah.
Yes. Now, O'Brien has the basketball, gets it off to New. Now, New finds Feder. Back to Mattingly, who shoots this, New, and he misses the three-point basket. It's fumbled around. O'Brien comes up with it, misses the wide open layup, but he gets his rebound and gets fouled and makes it this time. Made it when it counts. And he'll go to the line to try to convert this three-point play. That was Connor Brown's second foul of the game. Looks a little frustrated out there. Now O'Brien will try to convert this three-point play. Shots up, and he hits it. Now Colton Garland quickly brings it up the floor. Past O'Brien. O'Brien fouls him. Yep, it's too little too late here, I think, for the Southridge Raiders, but I don't know, actually. There's 47 seconds left, and the score's 46-38. Down by 8 points now. So they could possibly have a comeback. It'd have to be a bad turn of events for the Hatchets, though, if that happened.
Right.
Shots up for Colton Garland, and it's good.
Back to the 9-point lead.
Yes. Now, Colton Garland tries to convert his second free throw attempt, and it's no good. It's a little short off the front of the rim. Now Fetter advances the ball up court. Now he gets the ball back. Now New has the basketball. Mattingly pulls up for a three-pointer. It's short, no good. But O'Brien gets the offensive board and puts it back. And quickly like that, it's a 7-point lead for the Hatchets. And the Southridge Raiders take a quick timeout. We're going to keep it here, though. And this Southridge crowd is on its feet here at the Hatchet House.
Yes, sir.
Now,
O'Brien, like I told you, Liam, he's a beast.
Yes.
He keeps getting right in there and then making sure that ball gets in the basket, no matter how much of a mosh pit of defense is going on.
Yeah, the Hatchets are losing their lead. If they would just box out and not give the Raiders that many second chance opportunities, I feel like the score wouldn't be this close.
Right.
Late in the game.
Going to be holding the ball for this last few 30 seconds.
And I'm sure the Raiders will be willing to give up some fouls here.
Oh, definitely.
Now
it's going to be a slow 32.5 seconds.
Yes. Now Matthew Stevens gets the ball in the inbound, quickly brings it up across the court. He is immediately fouled, or no foul called yet. There's a jump ball, and they finally called the foul.
Wow.
I didn't know if they were ever going to call it.
That felt like forever.
Yeah, but that is good for us. We wasted almost 10 seconds there off the clock.
Totally.
Now it's 25.8 seconds left, and it's a 7-point lead for the Hatchets, as Stevens will go to the free throw line. His first shot. These are some clutch free throws right here for the sophomore. First shot's up, and it's good. Now it's back up to an 8-point lead for the Hatchets. Now second shot on its way, and it's also good. Nice 2 clutch free throws from Matthew Stevens, as New will sprint down the floor. Oh, it gets denied by Jacob Overton, who there was no way he was making that layup. Jacob Overton in the lane.
He's a wall.
Yeah.
There's the wall one.
Yes. And now New gets, nice steal from Matthew Stevens. And call a travel.
Wow. Was
Well,
that uncalled for?
I think it was actually a decent call by the ref, because he tipped it and he caught it and he fell down and rolled with it. So that was a travel, but tough break for the Hatchets, as the Raiders will get the ball back. But there's 15 seconds left and we have a 9-point lead, so they're going to have to work quick. And calls a foul. Or was that a travel or a foul? I missed it. I think it might have been a travel by the Raiders. So
yeah, I believe so.
Now I think the Hatchets do have it in the bag now, as Overton is fouled. There's not fouled, actually. Jump ball. Oh, my. Well,
look at the Hatchet cheer block. They're waving goodbye.
Yes.
Na. Goodbye.
I figured the officials would call a foul more quickly, but apparently not, and it's going to be a jump ball now. And I think there's a timeout maybe. But I think we're going to keep it here on WHSH. And with 9 seconds to go, the Hatchets have a 9-point lead, and I think it's safe to say that we're going to come away with the victory here tonight. But the Raiders aren't gonna stop giving up a battle for the Hatchets. They're going to keep fighting and see if they can somehow pull this out. If they pulled out this victory, I would be definitely amazed. But I just don't think it's going to happen with 9 seconds left. And now I think it's Hatchet basketball coming out of this timeout. And looks like the Raiders are drawing up a play still, as they're still in the huddle. And the Raiders cheer block is chanting just like baseball.
Oh, I assume that they just like whooped them in baseball.
I assume. I don't remember playing them, and I don't remember what the game was.
And that was just recently?
score-wise.
Oh, they're competing.
Oh, yeah. Now the inbound here for the Raiders. Gets it off to Feder for a quick three-point shot, and he banks it in. 43-49, but it's too little too late as Matthew Stevens will just hold it on the inbounds. And that's the game.
That's the game.
Final score, 49-43. The Hatchets will advance to the sectional finals. And everybody is on their feet in the Hatchet House. We're going to send you to a 1-minute break, and then we're going to have a post-game show with you here on WHSH. So stay tuned on WHSH.
When are we coming back?
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
To 43 victory against the Southridge Raiders, and it was a heck of a game to watch.
Wow.
The Raiders just made a little run there at the end and came back, and
it was very scary.
Yes,
yeah.
It was. No matter how big of a lead you have, it's still a little scary when the opponent starts to make a comeback. And the Hatchets toughed it out here tonight, though, and they got a 49-43 victory. I think they played a great game. Another great game here tonight.
Fantastic.
And, yes. And but I feel like they could have done better on the defensive end of not giving them so many second chance opportunities. That kind of scared me, and they crept back into the game.
Yeah, one more period. It honestly could have been the Raiders' game.
Yeah, it could have been anybody's ball game if we played another quarter, but good thing we didn't, and the Hatchets will advance and play Vincennes Monday night here at the Hatchet House.
An exciting game, yeah.
I think the start time for that will be 7 o'clock. I'm not quite sure, maybe.
Okay.
And, yeah, thank you to everybody listening here on WHSH. And I think we're going to run down the top scores for tonight's game, and that'll be it.
Yeah, real quick. Connor Brown scored 7. This is for the Hatchets. Connor Brown scored 7. Matthew Stevens with a whopping 10. Bedwell with 4. Overton with 6. Smith with 3. 1 3-pointer. And Sparks with 6, and then the top scorer for the Hatchets, Colton Garland, has 13 points. He had 3 free throws, 2 two-point buckets, and then 2 3-pointers for a culmination of 13 points. The Raiders, let's go with their scores. We got Mattingly with 5 points, New with 3, Steckler with 4, and then tied for the top scorer, Cam O'Brien with 15 points, and then out of nowhere, Feder,
yeah,
with 15 as well.
Yeah, they both ended up having some pretty nice ball games tonight. Just still wasn't enough to outscore the Hatchets. Feder came out of nowhere in that second half and just started nailing 3-point baskets.
Yeah, he had 5 3-point baskets, and 3 of them were in the fourth quarter.
Yes. So
like I said, Coach should have just said pass to Feder.
Yes. And
he could have made those last 2 threes to tie up the game.
Yes.
Overtime.
So Feder and O'Brien top scorers for the Raiders, and they both had very nice ball games. I think it was a fun game to watch here tonight.
Definitely.
Very enjoying, and well, hopefully you'll be tuning into WHSH Radio Monday night for the sectional championship game between the Vincennes Lincoln Alices and the Washington Hatchets. That'll be a heck of a ball game. Rivalry teams in the sectional championship. Can't get much better than that.
Right.
And
I hate to have an ego about us, but you know, regionals.
Yeah.
I assume we're going to that.
Yes.
Hopefully, WHSH has you covered on regionals.
Yes, and I think if we do advance, we will definitely have you covered there. So signing off. Thank you to our camera operators tonight. Jacob Busboom, Mr. Breeden, I'm pretty sure was one of the operators tonight.
Yes, he did a good job.
And I'm not quite sure who our third one was for tonight's game.
But anyway, thank you to that person.
Yes.
And all the people who were part of the concessions, the cheer blocks going nuts.
Yes.
And all these people that came here to support their favorite team and get their ticket in for sectionals. It was a great game.
Yep. Signing off from WHSH, I'm Liam O'Haver with
Connor Nolan.
And see you later.